Hello everyone and welcome back to another episode of Codeman Movies. Yesterday I tried filming this and was gonna have it up for you guys. It's, for some reason, stopped working. I couldn't do anything with my camera at all on any app at all, so I had to contact Apple. They helped me through it. But yeah, I tried recording it like 3 times yesterday and it just didn't work. So now here I am. Here I am. Recording. I'm not going to leave this in the dust because I enjoy doing this and I need to do this because reasons. I don't know. Life updates, not much. Been working a lot the last week and I have made a decision this morning that I think I'm going to quit my job as manager at the bar that I'm working at. It's consuming my life way too much and I need to make sure I take time to myself and I just have not been doing that. So I think today I'm going to be putting in my notice and I don't know, we'll see if I actually am able to do that. I really like my boss. She's a great person, but she's turning into one of those codependent girlfriends that want to know where you're at all times, and that just doesn't work for me. So that needs to change. Drink of choice today, guys, is a caramel old-fashioned. Made it myself, so if you don't have a drink, get one. I don't care that it's 1 o'clock in the afternoon. Actually, it's afternoon. It's fine. It's not even bad. But anyways, guys, let's start up by talking about the second episode of Moon Knight. I have not watched the third episode of Moon Knight this morning. I'm going to right after this. But I want to talk a little bit more about Moon Knight. That second episode is just as fantastic as the first, I felt. Besides one scene with Ethan Hawke where he's doing an exposition dump. I really hate exposition dumps. But besides that one scene, I think it's just as good as the first. I still have no clue what's going on with this show, and I kind of like that. I'm interested to see this third episode this morning to see if we learn more, that I'm starting to figure things out more, but I love how this is kind of mysterious in the similar sense of WandaVision. With WandaVision, we really didn't know what was really going on until episode like 4 or 5 when we went outside the bubble that Wanda and Vision were living in, and this show's giving me the same vibes, and I really do like that, and I'm excited to continue watching this show. I'm really excited to watch the third episode of this show after we're done talking here. So, yeah, Moon Knight. I don't really want to talk about spoilers too much yet. Some great scenes. I think there's some special effects that are a little with it, but it is what it is. I'm really loving this suit. I love how Oscar Isaac is just doing fantastic in the show, playing the two sides, the two people. And I love how the one side imagined this suit as an actual suit, the way we see in this poster here. So I really do like this show. I like where it's going. I want to make sure this is still recording. It is still recording. I have anxiety. This is just not going to record. I'm going to have to do it for a 5th time. So anyways, guys, Moon Knight. Really enjoying the show so far. Not really going to grade it yet. I want to wait till it's completely done, but I'm really enjoying this show. As of now, this is like a solid 9 out of 10 for me show. It has a little bit too much exposition dump, but I'm excited to see where it's going to go and hoping that it just builds and continues being mysterious and we have something really fun out of this. Oh, by the way, guys, not feeling the best today, so if my voice sounds weird, that's why. My nose is running again. I don't know if this is the same cold that I had like 2 weeks ago, but it's something, and I'm just not feeling the best today. So I apologize if I sound off. Next up, we're going to talk about a movie called Juno. I don't like how this is looking. Why? Well, maybe it is what it is. It's going to be what it is. I just have issues today, guys. Lots of issues. Anyways, Juno, guys. This is a movie that came out quite a few years ago. I saw J.K. Simmons, Elliot Page, and Jennifer Garner present at the Oscars talking about Juno. Diablo Cody's script, I believe. And it made me want to go back and watch the movie. I'd seen it before. I wanted to watch it again. This is such a fantastic script. It is so beautifully written. I love how much the characters do feel like kids or parents of a pregnant daughter and stuff like that. If you haven't seen this movie, this is about a girl that gets pregnant and decides she wants to give her child away to a couple that needs a child. And that's really about it. It really is a great little coming-of-age, quirky little comedy with a fantastic cast. beautifully acted. It's just a really great movie. The big negatives that I have with this movie is more of just, I felt like this movie should have been longer. A lot of movies nowadays, we talk about how it's too long. We'll talk more about that later. This movie doesn't feel like it was too long. It feels like it was too short. The characters with Jason Bateman and Jennifer Gardner, I feel like are kind of just end. They end, their character arcs just kind of end, and it goes nowhere almost for me. And I wish we had seen a little bit more of that. The parents, Juno's parents, even that seems a little just kind of end, and it has no resolution for me. But at the end of the day, the story is about Juno, and it does focus on her. She's a great character. I love this script. What does that quote say? A fresh, unusually intelligent comedy with dialogue so quick and funny, you feel the actors are performing it on a higher. I kind of agree with that. It is just quick and funny, and it is such a great little coming-of-age movie. And I absolutely love this movie. And if you haven't seen this movie, you really need to see it. It truly is great. Yeah, this movie's fantastic. It really is. I give it like a 9 out of 10. Like I said, I wish it was a little bit longer. I wish characters didn't feel like they were just kind of left behind in the dust. And I do feel that with this movie as I'm watching it, that maybe some more story was there for some characters that should have been there and just wasn't. So, really great movie. Definitely should check this one out if you haven't. Next up, guys, I always try to... The movies I watch throughout the week are usually ones that have something to do with the movies coming out soon. So, this last week was Michael Bay's new movie, Ambulance. There's also Sonic the Hedgehog. I tried watching Sonic the Hedgehog. It's on Paramount Plus. I didn't feel like paying for Paramount Plus to watch Sonic the Hedgehog. So instead, I watched Transformers, because those movies were available on my streaming service. Well, because I own these 3 movies, unfortunately, actually. I own all 3 of these movies, so I watched 3 of them. This is the first one, Transformers, 2007, I want to say. This movie is actually fairly good. This movie... the biggest problem with this movie is there's too much going on. There's so many side stories with everyone going on. You have the parents, you have the army, you have the government, you have the Transformers, you have Sam Witwicky. You have all this crap going on. There doesn't need to be that much. The movie is called Transformers. We should have focused on the Transformers, and we didn't, because it's Michael Bay, and Michael Bay needs to do his Michael Bay things. Those things include shots of women, lots of them, shots of Michaela, which, by the way, Megan Fox plays Michaela, and she's not a very good actress in this movie. It includes parents that are supposed to be funny that they're not. It includes Transformers doing stupid things and saying stupid things. It includes a Transformer peeing on people. It includes all these stupid things that just do not need to be in the movie. If we had focused on the Transformers, this movie could have been a lot better than this. I'm not saying it's a bad movie. This is actually a movie that I can watch again and again and again and still enjoy. There's just a lot of things that bug me about this movie. This movie is way too long because it focuses on all these stupid things it doesn't need to focus on. The score for this movie sounds so much like Batman Begins that it's not even funny. It is directly ripping off Batman Begins, which is a problem with... I feel like this is something that's happened that... It's happening a lot since Batman Begins and The Dark Knight. Because even Morbius, when I went and saw Morbius last week, that score sounds so much like Batman Begins that Hans Zimmer should be suing. It's insane how much it is similar. And this movie had that with scenes too, where it's just directly ripping off Batman. And I hate that. I love hearing it because it's Hans Zimmer and it's fantastic, but this movie does not earn that score, and I don't like that. The action sequences, there's a lot of action sequences in this movie that are truly great. And Michael Bay does know how to direct great action sequences. But I don't think he should be directing a movie. I don't think he should be inserting his dialogue because it sucks. It's just not good. He's not funny. And, yeah. This movie is fine. You know, I didn't rate the last movie, Juno. I said 9 out of 10. Never mind. Give the movie 9 out of 10. Transformers, though. Transformers is like a 7 out of 10 for me. This movie has so much potential, and at the end of the day, it has too much going on for it that it just turns into a complete freaking mess. And because of that, I just can't love this movie as much as I want to. It is, however, way better than this movie. Ugh. Transformers Revenge of the Fallen. I thought Transformers was a mess. This movie is a really big mess. Again, it focuses on things that it doesn't need to focus on. Way too much on Sam's parents. Sam's mom has a marijuana brownie and goes crazy. They're eating snails in France or something like that. Their dogs are humping each other. There's a robot humping Megan Fox. This movie has the dumbest little plot that Sam touches a piece of this cube that he was already touching in the first one, but now this cube is all of a sudden brainwash him or whatever the hell it is. This movie is filmed at the Smithsonian in DC, and then they go outside the Smithsonian and it's desert, which that is not even close to what actually it is. God, this is bad. There's a robot's ball sack in this movie. Why? Just why? There's racist, bad robots that are just horrible. This movie sucks. Again, there's some decent action sequences in this movie, but the movie itself is stupid. It is so poorly written. Now, this movie did come out at the time of a writer's strike, and I believe like everyone in the cast has said how bad it actually is. So everyone thinks it's bad. But boy, is this movie bad. It's just bad, 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 bad. Shia LaBeouf injured his hand while making this movie, and they transport from DC to Egypt, and his hand is just burned up, and for some reason, they just have gauze and stuff on them to fix his hand. This movie sucks, guys. It's not good. And like I said, I like the first one. It's fine. It's a good movie. Sorry, guys. Like I said, I'm not feeling the best. I'm not going to lie. I'm throwing up my mouth a little bit. I'm going to stop drinking. But yeah, this movie is just really bad. A huge disappointment. A huge waste of everyone's time that worked on this. Well, not, I shouldn't say that. It wastes so many great actors, and it's unfortunate. It's just so bad. It's bad. I don't know what else to really say about this one. It's just bad. It's not good. It's like a 3 out of 10. Like I said, there's some decent special effects. There's some decent acting in this movie. This movie's probably closer to a 2 out of 10. Maybe we should say 2 out of 10. It's not good, guys. Decent visual effects, decent acting. It's edited all right. I don't know, let's move on. Next up, guys, the third Transformers Dark of the Moon. Megan Fox was fired to this one for calling Michael Bay Hitler or something like that. And then we got some Victoria's Secret model that Michael Bay directed in a commercial once. She can't act at all either. Same way Megan Fox couldn't. Once again, this movie has way too many stories. Sam's parents are in this one. They really don't even need to be. Sam is living in DC, which DC, for a lot of this movie, is Chicago, and even scenes are Wisconsin. So, that's not right, and it shows. It looks weird. And, yeah. Again, too much is going on in this movie. I think this is an improvement over the second one. It's not better than the first, though. Some still really bad dialogue. Some just too much going on. take out the frickin' female interest, the movie's better. Take out the parents, this movie's better. I like that the movie takes place in Chicago at the end. All the hour-long ending is pretty awesome. I'm not going to deny it that it is a great little last hour of just awesome, epic action sequences. And so I can give it that. There is some stupid stuff, though, like Shia LaBeouf is doing freaking parkour all of a sudden that he just knows how to do because he saved the world twice, therefore he knows how to do parkour. I don't know, it's just weird. Again, Sam's parents don't need to be in this movie. His girlfriend's like some freaking badass for some reason, even though she has done nothing with badassery ever before. Like I said, guys, this movie is decent enough. The action's better, the acting is better. There's some better things in here. Something that bugged me about the last one and this one is people die in this movie and then they're just back within 30 minutes to an hour. The Transformers go up in their spaceship. They're dead. Oh, wait, we weren't dead. Come on, you didn't actually think that. Yeah, actually, I kind of did, but yeah, now you just kind of ruined it. Like, it's just... This movie's not good, guys. It's not awful. Like I said, the last hour of the movie taking place in Chicago is really cool. Went to Chicago this last summer. I'm going again this summer. So it's cool just to see something on screen that you know where it's at. And for the most part, the action is cool with that, with destroying Chicago. So I'll say that. This movie's like a 4 out of 10 for me. It's nothing spectacular, but it's enjoyable enough to watch. And I know I'm sick and I shouldn't be drinking, but I need a drink after talking about Transformers because, God, these movies suck. You know, I went and saw Ambulance yesterday, and the manager at the theater and I were talking, and I told her, yeah, I watched the first 3 Transformers. She goes, oh, good, you didn't torture yourself for the 4th or 5th. I said, oh, God, no. Only way I'm doing that is if, like, someone asked me to literally film a reaction to that or something, because those movies are crap. And I would need to drink a lot of alcohol and take out an entire day out of my life to watch those last 2 movies, because they are so bad. Bumblebee I'll watch again. I should have watched Bumblebee this week. I kind of want to watch Bumblebee. I think I own that movie. I might have to watch it. Anyways, guys, Transformers. These movies suck. They really do. The first one's fine. Has quite a few issues, and Michael Bay just needs to stop making movies and just work with special effects and directors and making action sequences and stop being a director, because it's not good. Let's continue on. This is making me sad. Next up, guys, I watched Sonic the Hedgehog 2. I went and saw this on Monday. I saw the first Sonic in theaters. It was one of the last movies I saw before the pandemic happened. I believe the last one I actually saw was The Gentleman. And I enjoyed the first Sonic. I didn't think it was anything spectacular. Not a movie I want to buy, not a movie I want to watch over and over again. It was enjoyable enough. Jim Carrey was fun in the role. The thing that bugged me most about that original Sonic was the goddamn product placement. There's literally a couple commercials in Sonic that you can just take out and put on TV. And they're commercials for Olive Garden and stuff like that. And that annoyed me the most about that first movie. This movie, thank God, did not do that as much. The first movie also kind of focuses on the relationship between James Marsden character and Sonic. This movie doesn't do that as much. It's more focused on the new characters such as Tails and Knuckles. And I liked that. I liked that the human characters were kind of sidelined. The sideline story with the characters, however, is stupid. They go to Hawaii for a wedding, and it has nothing to do with the rest of the story, really. Of course, it eventually kind of comes back into play, and everything comes together, but the entire part with the humans should have just been taken out, honestly, at the end of the day, or rewritten to a different way, because it just didn't work. So yeah, what I will say about both of these movies is that they're fine. They're enjoyable. They're nothing spectacular. They're not made for me, though. They're made for kids. And this movie is not a bad kids movie. It's a good kids movie. It's not, the Emoji Movie or anything like that. It's a fairly enjoyable movie, and I did enjoy them. Do I ever want to watch them again? No. I'll maybe watch the first two leading up to the third, because this movie definitely teases a third, and it also made a buttload of money this last weekend. So I'm sure there's going to be a third Sonic. I'll go see it. I'll watch these two over again in preparation for the third Sonic, but I didn't love this movie. I didn't love the first one. I thought it was fine. I love Jim Carrey. I hope like hell this is not his final film role like he's talking about it is. There's so much more that Jim Carrey can do. I hope people write a good script for him. Yeah, the guy's insane. He's a lunatic, but I love the man. He's amazing. And the fact that kids are watching these movies and learning who Jim Carrey is for the first time, I love that. And I love that, maybe not, Dumb and Dumber they'll watch now. Maybe they'll watch other Jim Carrey movies that are really good movies and start learning who Jim Carrey is and find his old comedies that are just fantastic. And I like that. I like that kids are finding out who Jim Carrey is. Don't love these movies. I would give both of these movies like a 6 out of 10. They're nothing spectacular. The special effects look great. The acting is fine. The voice work is good. These movies know what they are. And in that sense, they do great. They're like 10 out of 10 movies if you think of the fact that these movies know what they are and they're doing what they set out to do. So, just little things at the end of the day. It's predictable. You know what's going to happen. It's dumb. It's ridiculous. There's some silly things that happen in this movie. But again, it's a kid's movie. It's not marketed towards me. So at the end of the day, I'm going to give this movie a 6 out of 10. Nothing spectacular. I had an enjoyable time, though. Next up, I watched The Bubble. This is a Judd Apatow movie. Judd Apatow is the guy who did 40-Year-Old Virgin and Knocked Up. This movie is about actors, about the making of a movie. Basically, what looks like a Jurassic Park movie, but it's a parody, so it's a Jurassic Park kind of parody movie. It's a crappy, shitty movie that they're making. And this movie is about these actors who are filming this movie during the pandemic, so they have to quarantine, and so there's a lot of scenes where they're just quarantining together and have to be in their own little rooms because they have to quarantine, and then they're filming this shitty movie, and this movie sucks, guys. Oh, boy, does this movie suck. This movie's supposed to be a comedy, and I maybe laughed a couple times. There was a particular scene with a dead body that wasn't actually dead. That was really great. Couple moments that made me chuckle. But at the end of the day, this movie's just not funny, and that's the biggest crime that you can do when you're making a comedy movie, is just not make a movie that's funny, and the movie is just not funny. The characters are all stupid and ridiculous and all unlikable. I don't like any character in this movie. They're all just kind of playing, what we perceive actors to be, kind of trope things. They're whiny, little bratty, spoiled people, which they are, in a sense. But this movie just, it feels like I'm so sorry. This movie feels like an inside joke. Feels like everyone on the set was having a great grand old time, but they forgot that we all want to have a great grand old time too. So it's just not funny. Some great actors in this movie. Leslie Mann's in this movie. Keegan-Michael Key, Pedro Pascal, Karen Gillan. Great team of people in this movie. It's just not funny at the end of the day. That's my biggest problem. The movie is just not funny. It's acted fairly well. Yeah, this movie just sucks. It just sucks. I don't even know what else to say about it. The writing's not good. The acting's fine. The visuals. At the end of the day, guys, I'm gonna give this movie a 3 out of 10. It made me laugh. Chuckle is the word. I need to take a nap before I go to work tonight. This movie made me chuckle, but it just never did anything. It never did enough. So yeah, this movie's fine. Not fine. It's terrible. This movie's terrible. 3 out of 10 for me. This movie's not good. Don't watch this movie. It's on Netflix, but don't watch it. It's just not good. For the love of God, don't. It's terrible. Moving on. Guys, I went into the theater and saw Ambulance yesterday. Now, I went into this movie going, this is a Michael Bay movie. I'm not going to like this movie. I went into this movie going, there's going to be Michael Bay-isms. And boy, is there. However, it's a little subdued in this movie. Which is why I like this movie a little bit more. I'm not going to say it's a good movie. But it's better than Transformers, say that. It's better than the last few movies he did. This movie is about bank robbers who hijack an ambulance. The ambulance has an EMT in it, along with a cop who has been shot. And it's basically like a 2-hour-long chase. I think Michael Bay watched the movie Mad Max Fury Road and said, I'm going to do an Americanized version of that. And I believe this is also a remake of a European film or something. I'd have to look it up. I feel like I heard that, though. But yeah, this movie's not good, guys. First, let's talk Michael Bay-isms. Michael Bay references his movies. He's using drone shots in this movie, and he uses them to the point that I was starting to feel sick. I am not one to feel sick on roller coasters or IMAX theaters or anything like that. I love it. But this movie made me ill. It was terrible how much drone shots he's using and the things he's doing with it. Some of them look nice and look really cool. But after the 150th time we see a drone shot, it just got to be way too much. Acting in this movie, I forget how you say his name. Yahya Abdul-Mateen II is fantastic. Jake Gyllenhaal's fantastic. Eliza Gonzalez, fantastic. All the acting, great in this movie. I will say, this movie's also way too long, the way Michael Bay does it. This movie could have easily been 1 hour, 45 minutes long, maybe 2 hours. 2 hours, 10 minutes, 15 minutes. Does not need to be that long. Some stupid things happen in this movie. Some really stupid things. There's like a surgery that happens while an ambulance is going 50 miles an hour or something like that. And it's just, nope, no. Just some stupid things that some characters do and things that just would not happen in real life. And this movie's like a live action cartoon. And people get away with things that they just would never get away with. And just some stupid things happen in this movie, guys. At the end of the day, though, this is not an awful movie. It's just an movie. I'm never watching it again, but it's probably one of Michael Bay's best. That's not saying much. It's not in the top 5 worst. Not in the top 5 best. Well, maybe. I don't know. Trying to think what Michael Bay... You know what? We're going to take a little field trip here. Let's go online and see. What are Michael... There's my motorcycle. That's Daisy. Daisy is my baby, and I can't wait to start riding her. I'm getting nuts and bolts and stuff to put in her so that I can ride her soon. But yeah, we are on IMDb here. Let's type in Michael Bay. At the end of the day, he's just not made a lot of good movies. Armageddon, I guess I'd put up there. It's a guilty pleasure. Pearl Harbor's not that great. The Island, the way he reuses his shots for other movies, too, that drives me nuts. Transformers, I mean... done a lot of producing. The movies he produces aren't even good either. Okay, maybe this isn't his top 5 best movies. Again, that's not saying much because, well, he sucks. His movies suck. Pain and Gain, Six Underground, I had yet to watch 13 Hours. The Island is, Bad Boys, Yeah, you know what, guys? I'm just going to say this is one of his top 5 best movies. Even though that's not saying much because, well, it's not a good movie. I mean, it's fine. It's fine. At the end of the day, this movie's fine. And that's the best thing I can say about it, is it's just fine. I'm going to do this one better than Transformers 3. I'm going to give it a 5 out of 10. Like I said, it's acted well. The action in this movie is done well. There's some great moments in this movie. Michael Bay doesn't just make shots of hot women. There definitely is some shots of Eliza, I don't remember how you say her name. But he doesn't focus on her ass all the time and stuff like that. There are definitely a couple moments like that. But this movie is fine. It's satisfactory. It's a C. It's a 5 out of 10. I don't love it, don't hate it. Next up, guys, let's talk about some movies coming out this week. Well, one movie, I guess. It is Fantastic Beasts: The Secrets of Dumbledore. I'm going to watch the first 2 Fantastic Beasts leading up to this Fantastic Beasts. This week I'll do that. I thought the first Fantastic Beasts was fine. The second one I thought was terrible. It is not good at all. I've watched the movie like 3 times now. It's not good. The more I watch it, the more I hate it. This movie, I've watched a trailer. It looks fine. I hope it's better than the last one. I have no real hope for it, though. The things they did with Ezra Miller's character and then Queenie is stupid. I hate what they've done with their characters. And I mean, Ezra Miller's got all this crap going on now with Warner Brothers, with all the crap he's done now. I don't know if he's going to even be in the next one. I like that we've gotten rid of Johnny Depp and that we have Mads Mikkelsen as Grindelwald now. I think that's great recasting, but I don't know if that can save this entire franchise. I think it's just been so poorly written and so poorly done. Has some great actors in it, though. Jude Law and freaking, what's his name? I can't remember his name. Not Robert Pattinson. What's that guy's name? What's his name? He's won an Oscar. For Theory of Everything. I can't remember. Eddie Redmayne, that's it. Eddie Redmayne's in this movie. Jude Law, Zoe Kravitz was in the last one. Mads Mikkelsen's great. Ezra Miller is actually a great actor, but he's not a freaking psychopath off the screen. At the end of the day, I don't have a lot of hope for this movie, but I'll go see it because I'm a Harry Potter fan. I love Harry Potter so much. And so, yeah, I'm going to have to go see it. But I don't have a lot of hope for it. Crossing my fingers. How about that? Next up, guys, I wanted to talk about Spider-Man No Way Home. It is now available on Blu-ray, 4K, all that fun jazz. I really wanted this edition of the Blu-ray because what they've been doing with marketing has been shit. The covers for this movie are absolutely terrible. So I really wanted this one. I was not able to get it. I was looking online and they showed this cover. I don't know if you can really see it. This cover for the Blu-ray. And I actually really like this poster. I think this is a great poster, great cover art. And then I took off the slip thing and it's that shitty marketing. Like, where is that spider web coming from? Out of his asshole? It looks so stupid. And I hate this cover art. I hope that this 4K cover will come back in stock so I can just kind of throw this one to the side. Because, I love this, though. This is great. This, not so much. And I was looking at it today, and it's already ripped.